Hi, my name is Aditi Kashyap, and I'm currently a volunteer with the Community Ecology Institute. And today I'll be presenting on what the Community Ecology Institute is and strategies for protecting the Chesapeake Bay at home. So today I'll be talking about the CEI and their two locations, Freetown Farm and Green Pharmacy Garden, as well as the stormwater management practices at both of these locations. I'll also be talking about the Rocky Gorge Reservoir Protectant River watershed, which is the watershed where Green Pharmacy Garden is located. And I'll be talking about nourishing gardens and their importance to the ecosystem. And lastly, ways to get involved and specifically how to do this at CEI. So the Community Ecology Institute is a space that cultivates communities where both nature and people are able to thrive together, and it inspires a lot of community level change that connects environment, education, equity, and health. And it demonstrates ecologically beneficial practices throughout their properties at the Freetown Farm and Green Pharmacy Garden. And it's a space that fosters ecosystem awareness. There are also several community-based projects on both their locations, and these help to benefit the local environment and spread awareness about the environment and help the community get engaged with it as well. So, and understanding your watershed is really important as a healthy watershed provides necessary resources such as clean water, fishing, and it helps support the economy and environment for the surrounding community, which helps to improve their overall quality of life. A poorly managed watershed can lead to increased flooding or reduced water variability during droughts, which severely impacts the surrounding communities. And in addition to people, watersheds also provide habitats for fish, birds, and other wildlife. So, habitat destruction from a poorly managed watershed would impact the entire ecosystem. And a watershed is an area of land that drains into a body of water. So, it really impacts the entire community, not just the one near a specific small portion of the watershed. Since, for example, this our watershed leads into the Chesapeake Bay, which is a major part of Maryland. And so to learn more about your local watershed, you can visit the website mywaterway.epa.gov. And this website allows you to put in your address and see what your local watershed is and the issues that are impacting it and how you can help. So the watershed where the Green Pharmacy Garden is located is the Patuxent River watershed, Rocky Gorge Reservoir. And like I said earlier, this is a major contributor to the Chesapeake Bay. And this specific area is mostly rural and residential. So the land uses include residential communities, agricultural uses, pasture, and forest parkland. And this picture is a map from the My Waterway website, and it shows where the Green Pharmacy Garden is located within the watershed and the different rivers and areas that are part of the watershed. So at the Rocky Gorge Reservoir, there are two locations, the Rocky Gorge Dam and the reservoir. At the dam, aquatic life here is impaired due to murky water. Murky water is caused by sediments washing into waterways, and this absorbs heat and raises water temperature, which reduces oxygen for aquatic animals and also reduces native aquatic plant growth. And this clogs fish gills and some other fish eggs and aquatic insects. So in general, it affects the quality of life of the aquatic animals in the water. At the Rocky Gorge Reservoir, aquatic life is also impaired, but the fish and shellfish consumption from this reservoir is good. So the main issue here is excessive nitrogen and phosphorus amounts, and this impacts the surrounding area because it can cause aquatic plants and microbes to grow too fast and cause harmful algae blooms, and this creates low oxygen conditions for aquatic life. So the Green Pharmacy Garden is one of the Freetown Farm or one of the Community Ecology Institute's location, and this garden is a teaching garden that was founded by ethnobotanist Dr. James A. Duke. and Dr. James A. Duke was a researcher that compiled research on medicinal gardening and helped to bridge health traditions and scientific research. So the garden includes four terrace gardens that are organized to showcase traditional and pharmaceutical applications of all of the plants. And the main purpose is to educate the public on herbal traditions and maintain native plant species that are at risk of becoming endangered. So at the Green Pharmacy Garden, there are several stormwater management strategies. So one of them is log erosion barriers, which you can see in this picture to the right. And this slows and infiltrates water on slopes, which helps to prevent excessive soil erosion. There's also a pond overflow garden, which helps to capture and filter excess water from ponds during storms. There are also native plants and trees, which captures and absorbs water, and a live staking. And these live stakes are root systems that slow down the flow of water, and it helps to control erosion and enhance water infiltration. Live stakes can help plant growth and help to propagate plants. So they're planting live cuttings directly into soils, and these cuttings eventually grow into more mature plants that hold soil in place and absorbs excess stormwater. So the Freetown Farm is another one of the CEI's location, and this farm, it demonstrates land-based sustainability practices, and a big portion of it is that they also partner with local community organizations to help steward gardens and distribute food to the community. There's also a large youth garden, and this is used by one of the CEI's programs, the Roots and Wings Community Program. So at the Freetown Farm, some of the stormwater management strategies include bioretention ponds, which help to collect and store rainwater and runoff, and this helps to prevent pollutants from entering the local waterways. There's also a pollinator garden, which increases rainwater infiltration and strengthens stormwater management. There's also stream health monitoring for the stream at the back of the property. And similar to the Green Pharmacy Garden, there's also native planting, which helps to capture and absorb water, and rain gardens, which collect or allow rainwater to soak into the ground, which helps to filter and reduce the pollutants in the runoff. There's also rain barrels, which capture and store water from the roof of the barn on the property, and this water can later be used to water plants or trees. There are also swales, which help to slow down and capture stormwater, and a walkable watershed initiative that was started by employees of the Freetown Farm, and this helps to engage the community to protect the watershed. So, talking about nature-based stormwater management strategies, and also supporting walk and bike access to natural areas in the community. There's also Follow the Raindrop program, which is focused on educating the community on stormwater management. So the CEI also has a Nourishing Gardens program, which is aimed to teach the community members on how they can help transform lawn spaces into ecologically beneficial gardens. And this is really good for growing your own food, which helps support a healthy your community. And it's also a space to cultivate community and share knowledge about gardening and the ecosystem, and it helps to protect the planet. So the benefits of Nourishing Garden include replacing lawns or non-native turf grass with ecologically beneficial plant species, which also help to sequester more carbon in the atmosphere. And to the right, you can see an example of this at the Columbia Mall. There was an empty grass space, but it was later transformed into a nourishing garden that helps benefit the local community in the Columbia area. And so nourishing gardens create garden space to grow local, healthy produce for very little cost, so making it financially and ecologically sustainable. And the gardens also promote a biodiverse habitat for pollinators and help to conserve water using deep-rooted native plants and regenerative agricultural practices that also help to improve the health of the soil. It also helps to reduce stormwater runoff, erosion, and the use of lawn chemicals since they aren't used for nourishing gardens. And this helps to maintain the health of our local watershed and in turn the Chesapeake Bay. So some small actions that you can take in your local community or at your home to help support stormwater management initiatives include planting native species and native plants, which helps to reduce runoff and creates habitat for local wildlife. And installing a rain barrel is also a great method to prevent runoff from entering storm drains. Underplanting trees also helps to filter runoff and absorb excess nutrients. And the slow spread and sink water method is a great way to help stormwater management. Slowing includes rain barrels, which collect and slows the water from roofs. Spreading includes swales, which redirect rainwater so that it's spread out over a larger area instead of being concentrated in a smaller one. And this helps to prevent erosion. Sinking includes rain gardens with native plants, which help to filter out pollutants before it enters the waterway. And so other methods include keeping chemicals out of the waterways to help maintain the health. So this includes eliminating or using less fertilizer. So using only the necessary amount is really important, or eliminating grass and the need for fertilizer in general. And as I mentioned earlier, the nourishing gardens is a great way to do this. So if you start your own nourishing garden, you're able to use less chemicals and less fertilizers for garden spaces. Picking up pet waste is also really beneficial, as pet waste adds to the nitrogen in the air. And as I mentioned earlier, the Rocky Gorge Reservoir, aquatic life there is impaired largely due to excessive nitrogen amounts. So picking up pet waste really helps to add to the efforts being made to improve the health of aquatic life there. Reducing road salt and using pet safe deicer instead is a really great method, since road salt impacts soil and water health, and freshwater ecosystem species are unable to tolerate it, especially during the winter season. Road salt is used throughout communities, so it's really important to take the steps to protect ecosystem species. Educating and advocating is a great way to share information about stormwater management and why it's really important. So sharing steps on how people can help at home or in their community is really great, as well as participating and supporting local initiatives. Specifically at CEI, there are several programs and volunteer events that help connect the community to the environment and teaching them about how they can help support environmental sustainability initiatives. And so, how to get involved at CEI, there are several programs, and so you can learn more about the environment and how you can help through things like the Nourishing Gardens training, which teaches how to replace turf with ecologically beneficial food gardens. So, like I said, this is a great way to learn how to use less fertilizer or eliminate the use of it in general, and it helps reduce the amount of carbon. And Green Pharmacy Garden also offers workshops and tours of the area, so it's a great way to learn about herbal traditions and native species and how they're beneficial to the community and the environment. There's also sustainable skills workshops offered at CEI, and this teaches sustainability skills and how you can help support environment sustainability initiatives to improve the environment. There's also kids educational programming. CEI offers programs specifically catered to kids to teach them how to engage better with the environment. So the Roots and Wings program is meant for homeschooled children, and they bring them to the CEI and teach them how to interact with the environment in a meaningful way. There's also Communities of Families in Nature, which is a program meant for families and their children. And it's similar to the Roots and Wings. It teaches how families and children can all interact with the environment. The Green Seeds internship is a great program. It's for ages 14 to 21, and I was a part of this program, and it was a big part in inspiring my passion for helping with the environment and learning more about it. So you can also help make a difference by visiting the Freetown Farm Plant and Produce Sale, which occurs every Saturday morning from the spring to fall season. And this sale helps support local food banks. So they give produce to 4 local food banks in the Columbia area. And you can also help by sponsoring a nourishing garden within your own community. As I mentioned earlier, nourishing gardens have a lot of benefits for the community and environment. So if you're unable to start your own nourishing garden, a great way to help is to support one within your community. And volunteering at Freetown Farm or Green Pharmacy Garden is also a great way to learn more and to support environmental initiatives. You can also join our mailing list, which sends out information every month about events and programs that CEI offers. And so you can scan this QR code to join the mailing list if you're interested in learning more. You can also visit our website, which lists all of the programs and the two different locations if you're interested in learning more or volunteering. Thank you.